Hey everyone, welcome back to GameVault HQ. Today, we're diving into the bizarre and surreal world of GRUNND, an indie point-and-click adventure that's as enigmatic as it is intriguing. If you're a fan of Kafkaesque narratives and dark, atmospheric settings, then GRUNND might just be the game you didn't know you were waiting for. But let me warn you, this game is not for everyone, and it's going to take you on a ride that's as much a test of your patience as it is of your curiosity. Imagine this. You've just dozed off on your regular train ride home, but when you wake up, you find yourself in a strange, unfamiliar town with no immediate way to get back. That's where GRUNND begins, a simple, relatable scenario that quickly spirals into a surreal adventure. The game's unnamed protagonist, much like the player, is thrust into a world that defies logic, filled with odd characters and even odder occurrences. The setting and atmosphere immediately pull you into a dreamlike state, where reality bends and nothing is quite what it seems. One of the first things that will strike you about GRUNND is its atmosphere. The game is drenched in a moody, melancholic tone, enhanced by its hand-drawn visuals and a haunting soundtrack. The art style is dark and gritty, filled with sharp contrasts and deep shadows, which perfectly complements the eerie and unsettling world you're exploring. The narrator's gravelly voice further immerses you in this world, although some players might find the pacing and the constant voiceover a bit too slow and heavy-handed. The game's atmosphere is its strongest suit. If you're the kind of player who enjoys soaking in the environment and letting the mood wash over you, GRUNND delivers in spades. It's the kind of game you might want to play on a quiet night with the lights dimmed, allowing yourself to get lost in its twisted world. GRUNND's story is where things get really interesting and confusing. The game has drawn comparisons to the works of Franz Kafka and David Lynch, and for good reason. The narrative is cryptic, filled with surreal encounters and existential dread. As you wander through Bytown, the town you're stranded in, you'll meet characters that range from mildly strange to downright bizarre. Dialogue is key here, and much of the gameplay revolves around conversing with the town's inhabitants to piece together what's going on. However, don't expect clear answers. GRUNND is deliberately vague, leaving much of its story up to interpretation. Some players might find this frustrating, especially if they're looking for a straightforward narrative. But for those who appreciate a story that challenges them to think and interpret, GRUNND offers a rich, if perplexing, experience. When it comes to gameplay, GRUNND keeps things simple. It's a traditional point-and-click adventure, with most of your time spent exploring, talking to NPCs, and solving the occasional puzzle. However, the puzzles are not particularly challenging, and the game often relies more on exploration and dialogue than on complex problem-solving. That said, the game is not without its issues. Technical problems, such as bugs and glitches, can detract from the experience. Players have reported issues with interactions not registering properly, mismatched dialogue and text, and even game-breaking bugs that can force a restart due to the lack of a manual save system. These technical flaws are significant and can pull you out of the immersive experience that the game otherwise works so hard to create. GRUNND is a game that will polarize its audience. If you're someone who enjoys slow-paced, atmospheric games with a heavy dose of surrealism, you might find GRUNND to be a hidden gem. The game's art and music are outstanding, and the narrative, while confusing, is intriguing enough to keep you engaged, at least for a single playthrough. However, if you're easily frustrated by technical issues, or if you prefer your stories with clear answers and a bit more direction, GRUNND might not be for you. The game's pacing is slow, the puzzles are simplistic, and the technical problems can be quite disruptive. In the end, GRUNND is worth a try for fans of the genre, especially those who appreciate the odd and the uncanny. But go in with your eyes open. This is not a polished experience, and it's definitely not a game for everyone. It's a short journey, one you can complete in a few hours. But whether it's a journey you'll be glad you took or one you'll wish you hadn't bothered with will depend entirely on your tolerance for the weird, the vague, and the technically imperfect. If that sounds like your kind of adventure, then GRUNND awaits you on Steam. Just remember, don't expect to come out of it with all the answers. That's it for today's review, folks. If you've played GRUNND, Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of gaming. Thanks for watching GameVault HQ, and we'll see you in the next video.